Hey guys, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I'm the INSANEBRIT and this is June's update for 2024. We're going to be talking about a lot of it, same series, etc. What my plans now that FIFA simulations have now ended essentially for about 2.5 months. We'll get into that. We'll get into my thoughts and opinions on Chelsea Football Club. Pochettino, should he stay, should he go? I'm not going to go deep into that, but I am going to just run down it a little bit. We'll be talking about a little bit my thoughts and opinions on Assassin's Creed, Shadows, my next playthrough, etc. And yeah, some anime and stuff that's coming out, etc. Or some things I'm excited for in terms of shows. So I won't lie, it's going to be a repeat process of a lot of what I do here, but if you're interested, then by all means. So I've got a list here essentially just so I can, because my memory's quite bad. Okay, so let's talk about FIFA simulations. And because they're essentially ended, and I know they're the most popular thing on my channel or whatever, to get the best amount of views, etc., etc. So they are coming to an end. The season is now finished. Chelsea are now in a position of European football, which means I get to do more simulations next season, and we are in Europe. So yeah, and I think we are in the Europa League if Manchester City win the cup versus Manchester United, which of course I'm hoping they do. Man City won the league. I was happy. I didn't want Arsenal winning it as a rival fan of Arsenal. I didn't want them winning it, and I'm pretty sure like it would be for a lot of other teams. The same thing. Where Man United probably want Arsenal to win it because they just don't want the likes of their next door neighbours winning it, etc. The tribalism continues, as it were. But yeah, so FIFA simulations or FC24 simulations are coming to an end, but there's still other stuff we can do with the actual thing itself for about next month and a bit. So there's things I'm going to be doing. Well, first and foremost, career mode will continue. I might do another career mode. I don't know. There's still plenty of time. Maybe I'll go to Spain. Maybe I'll go to America and play with a different team there when the Saudi League packs up in a few weeks' time, 1 or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know when it's going to end. But essentially, I'm going to be doing that. So that's your FC24 content still being there. At the same time, there will be more FC24 when it comes to the build-up of the season. Just before the season starts, I will start to do transfers, not only for Chelsea, maybe Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, all these other teams, etc. PSG, obviously Mbappe is not going to be at PSG anymore, he's going to go to Madrid, no doubt about that. So we'll have all these big transfers. I'll even do like the likes of Everton, Liverpool, Arsenal, all their transfers the best of my ability, as long as I know about them. And in the coming weeks before the actual build-up of the actual league, I will do a ST24 simulation of the entire season. The first season, so where PSG struggling without Mbappe, who they're going to buy. Chelsea as well. I'll leave Chelsea to the last minute because that's my team, and we're just like simply it might start with PSG, Bayern Munich, an Italian team, and then Spain, etc. So we'll do a couple of those like we did last year. So that'd be interesting to watch. Again, the simulations that do come out with the friendlies with Chelsea and everything will be updated squad. Silver's not going to be there anymore. We may lose Conor Gallagher. We may lose Chabloa. I don't know. It is what it is. So FIFA stuff or SC24 stuff is still going to be coming out, and I'll make those changes for you, of course, until the new game comes out, which is probably September, obviously. I just want to touch on Pot. Should he stay? Should he go? Well, we've went basically to 6. We're in Europe. We're playing good football. I've got to be honest with you, based on the results and everything and how we're playing, he deserves the right to stay, I feel. And I would like to keep him there for another season and see what he can do. Maybe bring in a new goalkeeper and maybe a world-class striker, etc., whether it's Osman or Sesko to compete with the likes of Jackson, because we're going to definitely need 2 strikers. I'm looking at Jackson in the previous game, and I'm telling you now, from my perspective, the way he moves, Drogba was a big man, and he had like the perfect touch with the ball, all these flicks and tricks. It's like pretty incredible. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I'm looking at Jackson, he's thinner. He's not built like Drogba, but at the same time, he's got the same maneuvers and techniques and just the quickness. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving the movement. So he's going to be absolutely amazing next season, I feel. I always felt that everybody needed 1 year in the Premier League to get used to it. They've kind of had that year now. They've all kind of integrated it with each other and gotten to know each other, and I think our team's only going to get better. So next year, rather than change coach and everything, just let Poch cook for the next year, and hopefully we challenge for top 4. Or maybe even I mean, it could have been a very different story this year. We could have went to 2 cup finals and won both of them. Instead, we crashed out, I think, of the semi, and we we crashed out of the final against, was it Liverpool we lost to? Which, again, it could have painted a very different story this season. We could have had Europe, well, we do have Europe, sorry, and we could have had a cup. So that wouldn't have been bad for a team that's just been put together in the past, year and a bit. So, there are teams that have just been together forever and just got nowhere, 10th is their thing. Everton have been together for a while. They spent money. So it is what it is. I hope Poch stays, and that's my opinion on it. If it gets changed, then he changes, and then we pray to God that whoever they bring in can do a job and works well. But that's my thoughts and opinions on Chelsea at this point. Call of Duty starts up, Season 4 starts up, I think next week, I don't know. I have a Call of Duty video out today, tomorrow, and the last one will be Sunday, and then we'll wait for Season 4 to start. So yeah, I've seen the things on relating to Call of Duty. If I got them on my Twitter, or X, whatever. I keep calling it Twitter, but it is essentially. There was a roadmap. I did put it on here. Do you know what? I don't think I'm going to go down it and everything because it's well, we'll be doing that in the, yeah, I have got the roadmap. It is on my X account. Warzone, we've got weapons. We have a marksman rifle, the Super 46. It doesn't say the name of the marksman rifle, it just says marksman rifle. Super 46, the retainer, which is a shotgun, and a sledgehammer. Really? Sledgehammer? Okay, and then aftermarket parts. We've got a couple of new characters. We've got Gundam packs coming out. And speaking of the Call of Duty packs, in my opinion, they're getting really, really stupid now. I mean, I'm an anime fan. They're bringing Gundam packs. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. Some of the packs they got are real childlike. It's almost like Fortnite at this point. We are getting the one thing I'm excited for actually, because I thought, to be honest with you, it's kind of generic what they're doing. It's just typical. There's no point, no talking points in the season 4. For me anyway, a lot of it's generic stuff. The maps we get are Tokyo, okay, Paris, Incline, and Das Gross. I don't know if there are any classics there. I can't really remember off the top of my head. Tokyo seems familiar, but I don't know if that's just me thinking that from another game. I don't know. The one thing I'm actually excited for is the kill streaks. Loitering mutation. I think that's just dropping ammunition, isn't it? IMS. I don't know what that is. We've got missile drone. Okay, sounds interesting. And DNA bomb. So I don't know what that's about. I hope they're not kind of passive where the DNA bomb thing just like highlights everybody or something. I'm thinking maybe it like kills everybody on your team. Instant death, I don't know. I'm hoping it's something like that. We've got something called Top Secret Collab coming in the season as well, whatever. But for the most part, it seems kind of generic. I think the biggest thing for me is the kill streaks, which is good. Always fun to add something new every season. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It is what it is. So Call of Duty is Call of Duty, and I'll be doing that moving forward when that starts up. But again, we've got like 2 COD videos to do moving forward before the end of the season, where I've done every gun that I wanted to do, etc. I'll talk a little bit about the Assassin's Creed Shadows and my thoughts and opinions on it. As you know, I'm kind of like, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I know the agenda. I know they keep putting things in games to make that have that agenda. Like, they're putting more women in games and more ethnic minorities and all this kind of stuff. And and they're telling different stories. And I kind of like the different story aspects of it, etc. Because I play a lot of those LGBT friendly games, LGBTQ whatever games, like what do you call it? I can't remember the name of it. Life is Strange. They have a lot of those kind of characters, etc. I even played the game where there was a trans guy in it or something. I can't remember what it was called. The sound's a bit off on that one, unfortunately. But whatever. And I do enjoy the characters of the games, and the storytelling and those types of choice-based games, like the likes of The Walking Dead, for example. Those types of games. The characters, and they have opinions. I have opinions, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions there. So with this game, of course, now let's be honest. Assassin's Creed over the past few years have done, now lots of people jumping on this bandwagon. People that don't play Assassin's Creed games and what have you, and they kind of just don't get the nuance to it if you're not a long-term fan of the series, etc. Now I did admit I did drop off Assassin's Creed because they released so many. And it became kind of like, oh, and I think the last one I played was Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, because I really liked the game when I was younger. Didn't enjoy it so much when I played it again. I thought, oh, especially because I think I crammed in the last couple of hours. But essentially, you know, let's face it. So let's address the female character. Yeah, she's a fake character. She's not real, unfortunately, but whatever. Yes, she's a shinobi. Were there women shinobis? I don't even know. I assume there were. I know that the women specifically you know, would sleep with generals and certain enemies, and they would stab them in the night or poison them. That was like a thing they did. That's just like using their abilities, seductive abilities or whatever, in real life. I don't know if they're women shinobis. I mean, whatever. Kind of makes sense because they're lighter, quicker, and what have you. I don't know. But I'm not really concerned with the female character in it because essentially they've been doing that over the past couple of years. You had the what's that game? The Egyptian one. You had his wife or whatever being an assassin. You could pick her, and then every game moving forward, you can either make a character female or male, create it yourself, or they give you that option now. So I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not really concerned if there's a woman in it doing whatever. It's a game, and there's always a disproportion of disbelief of a woman doing this or that, or she would never be able to do this. We kind of get that, but it is a game, so meh. I'm not really concerned about that. Now, the whole thing, of course, is the Yazook, the main character. Let me switch back to the camera. Now, from my perspective, okay, so he is a real person. He was a real character, a real figure in Japanese time period. They are inconclusive if he became a samurai or not. So it's just like, I mean, he fought alongside Onaga or whatever. I know he was a slave, and then they called him a retainer, so he carried swords and everything else. You know, I watched the anime of Yasuke, which I recommend going to watch, actually. I was looking for a season 2. It hasn't come out on Amazon just yet, you know, to buy or whatever if you're interested in that. But funny enough, I actually forgot about it, personally. A lot of it, the anime. I should go back and rewatch it. But essentially, from my perspective, let's say there's no proof of him being an actual samurai. He was given a weapons as a token of honor, I believe. And he did have land, I believe he was given. And he did marry a Japanese. Having said that, this is my general take on it. I believe that in that time period, let's say he wasn't a samurai, I believe that he earned the respect of a Nobunaga, and then, you know, fought alongside him or became a bodyguard. He was 6 foot. I mean, 183, I think's around 6 foot, or 182. This guy was like 188. So I think he was about 6'5", 6'6", and Japanese, especially, you know, years ago, they were generally shorter, but obviously Japanese in like on average height for a male was like 5 foot something. So he was bloody huge, and I bet you in terms of novelty or in terms of having a man next to you as a bodyguard that tall and strong was like, yeah. I bet he fought alongside him or protected him and earned the respect of a Nobunaga and was probably given weapons, land, and earned the respect, regardless if he was made a samurai or not. I believe, let's face it, they're going to take the character and they're like, okay, we put him in this world, and it's an interesting character. I like the idea of the story is going to be kind of interesting. I've no doubt about that the story is going to be good. I have no doubt that the game's going to be good. Because it's Ubisoft. All right, they might have to patch stuff and X, Y, and Z, but essentially, I believe it's going to be a good game, and I'm excited to play it. Having said that, the whole racist thing or whatever, the problem is for a lot of people, and even if you take white people out of the whole scenario of having a problem with it and extreme racists, because there's always going to be a minority of racists there. You know, the majority of 90% of gamers are just gamers, but there's always going to be a minority there of hardcore racists. I mean, come on, it is what it is, right? You're not going to get them out of every single element of society. Football is going to be them in hockey or whatever. They're everywhere. But they're pockets. There are little pockets in every single element of it. So you've got those extreme people, but at the same time, the general consensus of criticism is essentially you've taken the Asian culture or Japan or whatever, and you've shoehorned a black person in there for the ESG or whatever rating, which basically they want you to, it's a checkbox. They want you to have a woman, they want you to have a black person, they want you to have a gay person, trans, whatever it may be. It's a checkbox, and they're kind of shoehorning it in, and a lot of criticism is simply you've taken the Japanese culture and what would have been a fantastic game about Japan or whatever, and you've shoehorned a minority in there. And again, looking at the past things that they've done, they put an Italian in the Italian game, a Frenchman in the French game, an English person in the British version of Assassin's Creed. So they've gone with that narrative for the past couple of games, and now all of a sudden they put in a black person specifically, and I suppose more Japanese or Asian people are pissed off about it because they feel like, come on, it's our culture, and you've taken what essentially people have been asking since Assassin's Creed 2 or 3 to have a Japanese version of this game, and you've shoehorned a foreigner in there, which would make a lot of people mad. The long term, and I think, and here's the problem as well. A lot of this is happening in general in gaming. Not just Assassin's Creed, it's happening all over the place. So where people wouldn't have cared about it before, like just got on with it, they're starting to notice it more and more and more. Where you didn't have an opinion on it, now you're getting an opinion on it. You're being forced. It's like being forced to pick a color, red or green. Doesn't really matter, but now you're forcing people to pick a color now, or to take a side, and people are just like, look, this is the 15,000th time. We're kind of sick of the tokenism, because it is tokenism in many ways, that they do this. It's for novelty. Oh, we're doing this because of this. More representation. Well, okay, you can have more representation, but make games, have them have their own games, or make them their own thing, instead of a lot like in movies and, etc. Look at the new Doctor Who. That's had the lowest rating in history, not only because of the I'm not going to say the minority in there, but maybe you could argue that, but especially the message, the wokeness of it is like constantly ramming it down your throat, and that's what they seem to be doing. And they're doing it with the gaming sphere and calling the game as racist and toxic. Well, those who weren't racist, you're kind of making like irritated at the whole thing in itself. Again, you take white people out of it, you're actually getting minorities pissed off of minorities now at this point, which is kind of funny, considering. But whatever, it is what it is. And I've no doubt it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to playing it. I mean, they make great games. They just generally do. I know a lot of people don't like Assassin's Creed, especially the pre-order cost is ridiculous. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'll probably end up buying it like when it drops down cheap anyway to £10 or £15. I'm not going to be supporting the game anyway. I'm just not. I can't be bothered with it. But as I said, a lot of people are just getting a little bit tired of the message being rammed down your throat constantly. And if you look at something like another game like Blade that's coming out, which is a Marvel game, again, a black character, no one has a problem with this. So like, yes, we're excited to play Blade, it's going to be good, it's going to be great, etc. So it's kind of weird, isn't it, how so-called racist or whatever, or gamers in general are like, we want to play the Blade game, it's going to be good. That's the just consensus I'm getting from everywhere, and yet this particular character, they have a problem with it. It's kind of funny how if you're really a racist, you're picking and choosing the like specific battles. Surely if you hate black people, you don't want to play the Blade game, you don't want to play the Assassin's Creed game. So it's kind of funny. And then you've got the corporations, the people, the developers and what have you, and even likes of IGN coming out and just labeling everyone racist, because I actually feel that it's like a legit criticism that people can have, and yet they're just trying to kind of, oh, everyone's racist, block all these people, and just like go la 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 la, just don't worry about it and just put up with it. And people are calling it out more because they're getting fed up with it, so they're just calling it out, and they don't like it. The corporations don't like it, and so they're kind of trying to blanket everyone as racist. Again, there are always going to be racist people there, but essentially you're going to have people with legit criticism saying you've shoehorned a black person into another culture. A lot of people have said, well, we can't wait for the African version when there's a white guy standing there. They would never fucking do that. They wouldn't have the balls to do that. Especially these days. And like 10 years ago or 15, 20 years ago, it was kind of different in the 2000s or whatever. No, that kind of time period. But now everything's been exacerbated. Everybody, it's like the next controversial thing happening the next day. What's happening this today? Has this Stellar Blade's been censored? This is happening. This has happened. It's a constant attack on what we love. And with a certain narrative / message, you can't have female sexy characters. This person is going to be shoehorned here in the game or whatever, etc. Etc. And it's just a constant attack, and like the culture war, as it were. And people say there's no culture wars, stop fighting it, can't be bothered. Well, there are those people who have like things to do and more important shit like bills, but at the same time in the gaming space, if you are a content creator or you're just somewhat a younger person with time on your hands, and you do, because as a gamer, I mean, even if I'm not into Assassin's Creed, which I am, by the way, you're gonna have you're gonna like, I hear shit about gaming out of games that I don't even have interest in. Yeah, I'm still hearing news about them because it's a whole community, a gaming community, and if you're in that sphere, you're hearing about controversial stuff that the people are doing, and it is what it is. And some of us like to be informed and know what these companies are doing, and I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to get plenty of people to pick up the game because it's fun and enjoy it, and that's fine, and I'm going to be doing the same. I just won't be paying full price, but yeah, so it's kind of funny where they just like blame everyone else for being racist, or blanket everyone with that, and kind of avoid general criticism. End of the day, the game's going to come out. You either play it or you don't. It's up to you. I will end up playing it. I just won't play it for X amount of time because I have Odyssey to play. I've got the Valhalla one to play. And then I've got Mirage to play, and then I've got that. Jesus Christ. So by then there'll probably be another 2 or 3 fucking Assassin's Creed games out by then. Anyway, that leads nicely into this next particular point. In conclusion, it's going to be a good game, and it's going to be fun. I would wait till it gets patched. Don't pre-order it. I'm personally just going to buy the base game because I'm interested in the base game. If I choose to buy DLC, I will later on, but whatever. But that's just me in general. Okay, so that's enough about the Assassin's Creed Shadows. Judgment will continue. I've really enjoyed Judgment. However, I've missed 1 or 2 days, and some of the videos have been a bit longer in recent times because whatever reason, I don't even know why they've been longer, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. However, we are coming to the point where we've played it for X amount of time. I feel I regret not releasing 20 hours of it in the first month, and then that would have been a deeper impact into the story instead of 10 hours. So what I'm going to do, I think I've got about, after this month, about 10 hours left. At the same time, I kind of don't want to split up the 10 hours with another game and then start to go deep into that game. I feel like I want to kind of give people a break from Judgment a little bit here. It is a JRPG. It will come to an end in July. I'm gonna leave Judgment out for a month, and I'm gonna be releasing 20 hours of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, the thing with Assassin's Creed is it is an RPG, but you will see changes in every single video. The armor I'm donning, the strength, the power, the abilities that I've got, you will see kind of change over time. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming out on my channel. It will be in 4K. There will be longer videos. It is an open world game. If you're talking open world in general, you look at like GTA, a lot of people seem to love that, Mafia, open world. We've just come out, well, Judgment is a semi-open world, but it's not that big. But Assassin's Creed truly is, and you'll get all kinds of things I'll be fighting and enemies and stuff, etc. So that is coming out this month, and then in July it will be Assassin's Creed and Odyssey as well. But it'll be Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Judgment will finish the next month for good. So you'll have about 30 hours of Assassin's Creed out in total over the next 2 months. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Really enjoyed Judgment. It will conclude not this month, not this month, but the next month. And I'm just gonna go deep into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so you guys get really into the story deeper, because it is a longer fucking game. Trust me on that. It is one of the games that I actually was playing. I was 60 hours in, and I ended up deleting all the footage and I had to replay it. I just had to replay it. It was ridiculous. So it set me back a few weeks. If I didn't delete all the footage, I would have been ahead and probably would have played a shorter game. So I would have been like, well, I've got Call of Duty coming up now the next month, and I've got something else coming up, but I haven't been able to do that. It's set me back 3 weeks. I'm trying my best to get it over the line. So, I'm still playing the game currently, which is something I never normally do. It's normally finished by the time you're seeing the actual completed project and stuff like that, because I work hard on it or whatever. So it is what it is. You're going to get longer videos because it's open world, but you'll see changes and lots of exploration and stuff like that. It is a very open world. So if you're not interested in playing Odyssey, which I think you should be, just watch me play it. It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. There's side missions and there's main story as well. You got naval battles in there as well, so there's something in there for everybody. So anyway, that is starting up, and again, it will be in 4K. Okay, not too much else to talk about now, guys, other than maybe what's coming out in August 29th. There's a new Terminator anime. It's coming to Netflix. Yes, an anime of Terminator. That sounds pretty cool. Something I didn't know I wanted, but yes, it's 100% there. So the fact they're making it, I hope it is good, and I end up, I hope it's really good, and then, man, I hope it isn't shit. Because if it's shit, then I'm just going to be so pissy about it and be like, oh, fuck it. Because I won't, I don't mind buying stuff, like if it's good, but, you know how some shows can go with Netflix or whatever. Next up, I want to talk about one final thing, really, is Knights of Sidonia. Now, if you remember, if I can switch back to the camera, I bought this, I reviewed this, it's got mechs in it, it's got space in it. I have no interest in fucking space and mechs, but I absolutely love this anime. So I watched it on Netflix. It was so good. I was like, I got to support this. I got to buy this. So I bought this about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago now. And I'm like, and it has season 2, or maybe it's a film, I can't remember what it is. And the film was there or whatever, and I really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh man, this is brilliant, I'm gonna buy the new film or whatever. It didn't. It was out in America and it was dubbed, but it wasn't for sale over in the UK. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it's another thing. They just pissed me off with now. Fuck it. That's really wound me up. All we got to do is ship it over to the UK. Make sure I can play it on my PlayStation, whatever, and I'm good. I don't, you'll have my money. And they didn't do it. And then a few weeks ago, about a week ago, sorry, I was checking on Zavi or something for something, and all of a sudden it popped up. It's called Knights of Sidonia: Love Woven in the Stars, or Woven in the Stars, whatever. So you can check that out on Netflix. You can watch it right now. Assuming they still got it. That's there, and essentially they're selling it now on Amazon. So, and it's only 20 quid. So I end up picking up the second version of the season 2, or the movie version, or we won't say the movie version. It's season 2 essentially, but if they've done it in a 90-minute film, fine. But if they've done it in episodes, I can't remember. But either way, season 2 technically is going to be, I'll be able to buy it and I'll be able to unbox that or whatever. Or maybe, I don't know if I'll review it. I'm not too sure. But I absolutely love the series, and I'm happy that they finally, I think it came out ironically in 2021, but I didn't know about it because, I want, like, I'm sick and tired of looking for stuff for years. That's why when it comes to anime, it's either dubbed and in the UK, and I'm interested and I'll watch it. If it's not, I'm not going to start watching things in Japan and being like, yeah, this looks amazing. 20 years later, it might come out and then be in the USA. It might come out in the UK. Might. And I've been waiting that kind of period of time. I waited 8 years for Death Note to come out on Blu-ray. Just absolutely ridiculous, you know what I mean? Just drove me nuts. So that's why I kind of like changed my stance when it comes to anime. I just pay attention to the ones that are already dubbed. I don't bother waiting for something that's exciting and upcoming. And essentially, I was talking to Chaos about this the other day. I find it hard to watch anime these days. I just don't find the time, and it's just one of those things. And essentially, it feels like, because they're dubbed faster now, they're ported faster, things are popular, it's all mainstream now, and there's some good stories. Like, is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? I've only got season 1. There's season 3 out now. Attack on Titan season 2, season 3. I've only got season 1. It's not that it's bad. I just haven't picked it up. And it's like, damn, all these animes are out, and they sound really cool, and I'm interested, and I'll retweet anime that's coming out sometimes. And it's like, I haven't bought any. I haven't watched any. And it's like, it's weird. I feel like it's come 10, 15 years too late for me. Not because it's lost its appeal, because it's like mainstream. Like The Way of a House Husband. That's a fantastic anime. I'll definitely pick that up. It's fucking hilarious. I'm more interested in funny slice of life and fan service for animes, like the ones I pick up, like Prison School and stuff like that. So, but I do like Knights of Sidonia, man. Season 2, I've got to pick that shit up. There's other ones there as well that sound interesting. I mean, they've got some weird names as well. The one that's coming out, another one, Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World for My Retirement. He's trying to make 80,000 in gold for retirement in another world. That sounds pretty cool. It's going to have its own like universe and rules and stuff like that. That's only 33 quid. Again, I just haven't bought it. I haven't even bought the Super Mario movie really, which I wanted to see. If I look at my anime wish list, because I've got an anime wish list, give me a second. Should I run down it and just show you some ones that are here? Zombieland Saga Revenge season 2. Where the hell season 1? Bofu. What? Bofuri, sorry. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Well, that's actually quite cheap. I should snap that up. That's like 13 quid. The Devil's a Part-Timer. Complete collection. That's only a tenner as well. God damn. Trapped in a Dating Sim. The World of Ottoman Games. Ottoman Games is tough for mobs. The complete season. That's 30 quid. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. 18 quid. Season 2, that is. I got season 1. I haven't actually, the anime that I got like for Christmas over the past 2 years? I actually haven't watched them. So, I mean, I've got all these anime on here. It's like, it's just fucking nuts, It's kind of crazy. And they're cheap as well. Even Chainsaw Man, season 1 is 24 quid. I know that I put a lot of stuff on the back burner. That's what it is. I've put a lot of stuff on the back burner for my PC, and again, I've just like, I've got to like reinvest into the channel. I still ain't bought a mouse mat, a keyboard, and a mouse that I was supposed to do. I've had my PC a year now at this point, It is what it is. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I don't know if I'll review that anime if I get it. It's cheap enough. It's only 20 quid, so I end up snapping that up. If I had like £200, like just casually laying around, I would just go, like fuck it and just throw a load of money at the anime and have a stack like that, you know, and be like, yes, I'm set for a while now. It is what it is. I just recently watched The Lion King, the 2018 movie that came out, or 2017, which is 5 years ago it came out. I think 2018. It's basically the 1995 version, but with, you know, animated CGI animals. And then we've got the new Lion King Mufasa one before he came king. That's going to be coming out in December 20th. I'll end up watching that at some point. I'm not going to go to the movies to watch it. I don't do that anymore. Like, Now TV or fucking Netflix is basically, or, you know, Amazon Prime is basically what I do. I don't, or, you know, what have you. I don't bother going to movies like that. Alright guys, I've spoken about everything I want to speak about. You know, you may not agree with me on the Assassin's Creed thing. That's fine. I get it. Essentially, my message is simple. It's going to be a good game. I've no doubt about that. They may have to patch things, elements of it. I get it because a lot of criticism come to Ubisoft through that. But I'm a fanboy of them. I like the South Park games. I like Far Cry. I like the Assassin's Creed series. So, you know, and yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of Judgment this month. Next month is Odyssey, and we're going full pelt. Stay tuned for more FC24 content when it comes to, like I said, career mode, but also the simulations will start up in July or whatever, or, you know, just like a week or two before. We have all the transfers done as well, if I can get my hands on the individual players that have joined Chelsea or whatever, and you'll see up-to-date squads throughout that. And we'll also have the FC24 season simulated with PSG, Bayern Munich. We'll have the Champions League final simulation as well between Real Madrid and Dortmund coming up as well in the next few days. So anyway guys, please like, share, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.